Alright, boys and girls, tonight I wanted to read a story from when I was a kid. Okay, this one is called The Country Boy, and it's about a conversation between a country boy and a friend that's visiting. Ooh. So, once upon a time, there was a country boy, and his friend was visiting from the city. Well, it may not have been a city, it may have just been a big town. But he had a friend that was in the city, and so you'll see where that comes into play in the story. So, they're talking to each other, and the country boy says to his visiting friend, he says, "The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a-going dry." Ooh. "The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you only get mugged if you go downtown." Ooh, this is a suspenseful story. I didn't remember that. "I live back in the woods, you see. My woman and the kids and the dogs and me." This is kind of like a Dr. Seuss book. It rhymes. "I've got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive." Hope he's careful with those, boys and girls. Always be careful if you have things like that in your house. "And a country boy can survive." This is an interesting conversation for sure. So, country folks can survive. Now that word folks, F-O-L-K-S, that just means people, okay? You probably have heard that before. "I can plow a field all day long." Ooh, we're learning some life skills. "I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn." Yeah. "We make our own drinks and some other stuff too. There ain't too many things these old boys can't do." Wow, they sound very industrious. That's a big word. Industrious. That's 4 syllables. Industrious. "We grow good old tomatoes." I like tomatoes. Now we're tying in food services here. "And homemade drinks. And a country boy can survive." Let's just say that was about viticulture. Viticulture. I've lost my place, boys and girls. Hang on just a minute. Country folks can survive. Boy, he likes to say that, doesn't he? Do you boys and girls have a saying that you like to say a lot? Yeah. "Because you can't stomp us out." Well, that's odd. "And you can't make us run." Ooh, we're tying in physical education here. "'Cause we're them old boys raised on shotguns." Now that's an odd phrase there. "We say grace and we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a hoot." Interesting. "We came from the West Virginia coal mines." Oh, sort of a biography here. "And the Rocky Mountains, that's far away. That's out in the middle of the United States. And the western skies. And we can skin a buck." That's interesting. "And we can run a trout line. And a country boy can survive." Now that's talking about hunting and fishing, boys and girls. Some of you, raise your hand if you like to hunt and fish. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend. Now here's where the friend in New York City comes in. We learned some of our geography. New York City, there's a lot of sick people there that we need to be thinking of. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. Now that's a nickname. That wasn't his real name. Hillbilly. "My grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman." Businessman. Businessman. That's a tricky word. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway lights. Ooh, tying in some arts and entertainment here. And I'd send him some homemade things. Homemade just means things that you make at home, like crafts, and could be another reference to viticulture in a different way. But he was hurt by a man. For $43, my friend was hurt by this man. Well, that's not good. We're talking about bullying now, and bullying is not good at all. You need to make sure that if someone bullies you, you tell an adult. Well, I would like to spit some beech nut. That's chewing tobacco. So now we're talking about having good oral care and things to say no to. Yeah. He wanted to spit some of that chewing tobacco. Yep, and he was really upset. He said some things I'm not going to repeat here. But a country boy can survive. He said that at the end of his being upset, and so I think he's very determined. Determined. Ooh, now that's a good one. Determined. Can you say determined? Determined. That means you've made up your mind to do something. 'Cause country folks can survive. 'Cause you can't stomp us out. Kind of like you'd stomp out a fire, I guess. And you can't make us run. There's PE again. This is a very intriguing story because there's all kinds of different subjects. Yeah, subjects. Took me a minute to think of that word. Subjects. So we got all kinds of subjects here, yeah. Because we're the Mo boys raised on shotguns. Remember now, safety first. When you get older, maybe you could be in like a gun club or something at school. We have an amazing one at our school. Wow, they're awesome. Well, let's get back to the story. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We say ow, golly. Mosquitoes. I love mosquitoes. Spawn of Satan. Okay, let's see here. We say grace and we say ma'am. And if you're not into that, well, we just don't give a hoot. We're from North California. Ooh, now that's all the way on the other side of the United States. In South Alabama, he's saying Alabama. That's in the southern part of the United States, right on the Gulf of Mexico. Get off of me. And little towns all around this land, and we can skin a buck and run a trout line, and look, we're talking about hunting and fishing again. And a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. A country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Boys and girls, he is very determined to survive. So I think the theme of this story is really survival. I would say so, because there are some very intriguing ideas here about survival. So I think that is the moral of our story, that when you feel like giving up, you just remember a country boy, and I would say and girl, can survive. So I hope you've enjoyed this story tonight, boys and girls, and I hope you have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.